Statement followed Israel's announcement that its military has approved a plan for an operation in southern Lebanon.
The latest strikes on Lebanon. Israel and the militant group Hezbollah have been trading cross-border attacks almost daily. Now they have taken steps with the potential for a full-scale conflict. Israel has approved what it calls operational plans for an offensive in Lebanon.
We've made absolutely clear that one way or another, diplomatically or through military means, our northern border, the north of our country, Israeli sovereign territory, will be made safe for Israel's population, Israel's people, to return there.
Hezbollah's leader Hassan Nasrallah responded by promising a fight with no rules.
They have to wait for us on the ground, in the air and in the sea. We have said this before, and I will say this again today. If the war's imposed on Lebanon, the resistance will fight without control, without rules and without a ceiling.
Dozens of civilians. On the Israeli side, the reported casualties amount to at least 25 soldiers and civilians. Hezbollah says it is ready to de-escalate, but to do so, it wants something that has proven difficult to achieve: a lasting ceasefire in Gaza.
Well, let's examine this with Hani Khadar from the Washington Institute for Near East Policy. Welcome to the day. Is a full-scale military confrontation between Israel and Hezbollah on the ground, in the air and in the sea, as Hassan Nasrallah put it, is that more likely now?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me. My short answer, and I'll explain, is no. I believe that it's unlikely, for the simple reason that both parties do not have an interest in a full-scale war. And just let me explain why. From Hezbollah's side, they have many challenges that make them feel that they cannot afford a full-scale war. One, this is not their war. Their job today is to protect Iran's interests, that is the Iranian regime and its nuclear program. Once the Iranians feel that they are directly threatened, they will use Hezbollah as an insurance policy, or they will unleash them if they feel that it's necessary. This is not the time for Iran/Hezbollah's war. This is, Hezbollah wants to keep it calculated, and also they do have military challenges. They do not have the war budget, they do not have the commandments, they do not have a proper commander with a vision that would lead the war, and this is just not their war. On the Israeli side, what's happening today is both parties are trying to re-establish deterrence after months of the conflict. The Israelis are definitely more interested in war, and they have more capabilities to set back Hezbollah. However, there are three important issues for Israel that are deterring them so far from a full-scale war. One, which is the most important one, is that they're still not 100% sure that the U.S. wants another round in the region, another war in the region before the presidential elections in America in November. And this support is needed by Israel in order to launch a war that would look like a tiny war in front of a big Lebanese war that would drag in all the Shiite militias, Iran-backed militias in the region, and could very well develop into a regional war that would drag the U.S. into it, and the U.S. does not want that. So if political military support by the U.S. is a challenge. Two, the Israeli needs to finish Gaza, take a breather, restock, rethink. And today what they're doing, actually, they are targeting Hezbollah without the risk of thousands of precision missiles attacking Israel and causing more displacement. So it's kind of not ideal situation, but I think it's more effective than going into a war. The rhetoric escalation that we're seeing today is more, I think, is to reestablish deterrence and force the other side to stop or to accept a certain compromise or a deal that is proposed by the Americans. It's more of a flexing muscles and showing what can be done in case of a war.